them and not me? You're looking around and saying, what's wrong? Did I miss an opportunity? Did I miss the moment? And as a child of God, we have the right to expect that God will keep his promise. Is anybody, and see what happens is, I've learned a long time ago, beloved, I can handle what I messed up. I can reap what I have sown. But even in spite of that, I still expect God to keep some of his promise. Because the enemy will make you think when you're going through certain things that you did. And some things we did do. And see, once you acknowledge where you at in the equation, God can work it out for you. But as long as you act like it's not you, and why me, and I can't believe this is happening, and why it don't happen to nobody else, you know why you didn't tell nobody, but you got good sense. You're not that crazy. You're half crazy, but you're not that illiterate. You're really smart. You are literate enough to know what you did, and baby, you need to understand that what you did, if it's coming back on you now, then you have to rejoice because you didn't do it that long, and so what's coming back on you ain't going to be that long, and when you come out of it, if you're doing some good things, your future is better than what you just came out of. See, the reality is we don't like to go through the storm, but if you don't go through the storm, you'll never get to the peace of mind that passes all understanding. Because why do you need peace if you don't have any storm? That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So here it is. Let me get here. One of the biggest challenges in enduring this journey called life is maintaining our ministry, our faith, and our hope. Why it seems like God is silent in your struggle, and those around you are secretly wondering and whispering, where is your God? Anybody ever ask that question? Oh, I know I got the holy folk in here today. But I wish I had one or two real folk know that you ain't ashamed of me. That I didn't ask God, where are you? Because it don't seem like you're here with me in my circumstance. It doesn't seem like you're here with me in my situation. It doesn't seem like you understand I got more bills than I got money. It seems like you don't understand that I can't afford this medicine. You don't seem to understand that I got utilities and I don't know how this is going to work out. You don't need to seem to understand that you promised to supply each and every one of my needs according to your riches and glory. And I'm busted, broken, and cooted brown. You don't seem to understand. And when I'm going through the storm, I ask, where are you at? Come on here. And it doesn't seem like you're here. So you ask all these questions. Why? Why? Let me ask this question. Perfectly. Why don't you ask him, why is he blessing you?
You talking right? That's right.
You talking right? You never have any questions when it's flowing. You only have questions when it's dry. Never question God. You never, when the blessings are flowing, you never tell God, give it to somebody else. I don't know. Never a question when times are good.
Yes, sir.
Never a question when you're healthy and robust and strong. It's only when your head hurts. It's only when your bones ache. It's only when your heart is beating fast. It's only when your pressure is up. It's only when you're about ready to lose your mind. Then you got the nerve enough to ask God the question, why? At least be balanced. If you don't question him in the good time, why question him in the bad time? Somebody say, I'm repenting. Don't sweat if you don't sweat the good times, don't sweat the bad time. If you happy in the good time, happy in the bad time. I'm glad you said that. Because now you need not only to revisit the whys in your life, but number two, you need to revisit your praise. See, you know, after you have established, you can establish the praise in your life is the fruit that comes off your lips.
Yes, sir.
That's the only sacrifice we really have today. You ought to speak good of the Lord. Let me help you here. You ought to spend time with him, not in religion, but in relationship. You ought to communicate with him daily. You ought to commune with him daily. You ought to fellowship with him daily. And when you do these things, then there are some daily manifestations that ought to happen because you have spent time with him, you're in relationship with him, you've talked with him, and you commune with him. See, what happens is, a lot of times you wait till you get to church, you get some praise, but praise ought to be a daily occurrence in your life. Yeah, you ought to thank God every day, regardless of what you go through. See, what happens is, when you got daily manifestation, every once in a while you're going to dance for God. Every once in a while you're going to shout. Every once in a while you're going to clap. Every once in a while you're going to leap. You're going to sing a song. You're going to wave your hands. You're going to jump up and down. You're going to cry. You're going to lift up holy hands. Why? Because you realize that God is still good even on a bad day. Y'all don't want to talk back to me. Is there anybody here that will acknowledge that even regardless of how bad my day is, God's been good? You say, well, how do you know, Pastor? Because I'm looking at you right now. And if it could have destroyed you, it would have destroyed you. If it could have took you out, you would have been gone already. But if you're sitting here, God's been good to you even on your bad day. Don't nobody want to bless him. You don't have no manifestation. Because if you got praise, even though praise will keep you through the storm. Do I have any witnesses in here? When a team is losing, you don't see them hang their head. You see them cheering themselves on. Only time they hang their head is when they have given up. And when you don't give up, when you got God on your side, the choir that song, my God is mighty. He's mighty. He's awesome in battle. If you know you got the winning side, once you hang it, it's just like when you're playing cards. And you know you get ready to run a Boston. You don't sit down and hang your head. You sit down and say, I'm getting ready to wear you. Do you have any witnesses in here? Somebody ought to declare to that situation that God's on my side. And we're getting ready to wear you. You ready? To wear you out. When you know who's on your side, you can face any doubt. Do I have any witnesses in here? When you know who on your side, you can endure every circumstance. When you know who on your side, you can go through what you got to go through. Because you can say like the old songwriter, I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Do I have any witnesses in here that know that regardless of what it looked like, God has not failed you? I got to praise him. I got to do it because a thought of his goodness ought to provoke a praise him. Yes, sir. Oh, I ought to bless the Lord at all times, and his praise should continue to be in my mouth. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that, can't nobody do me like Jesus. He picked me up, turned me around, placed my feet on solid. Do I have any witnesses in here? What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. Do you know who's on yours? In order to work in you, you ought to become a song all by yourself. You ought to be able to make up songs. Anybody ever made up a song according to your celebration? You ought to be able to say, if you don't say that but Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. If you don't say that but Yahshua, Yahshua, Yahshua. If you don't say that but Christ, Christ, Christ. You don't say that but Christos, Christos, Christos. You don't say that but Lord, I love you. And I lift my voice to in order in you. So you ought to have your own song. The psalmist said it's good to give thanks to the Lord and to sing praises to your name, O Most High. Oh, come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout joyfully to the rock of our salvation. Come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker. Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth, for the great is the Lord, and greatly is to be praised. He is to be feared above all God. Worship the Lord in holy tower. Tremble before him all the earth. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done wonderful things. His right hand and his holy arm has gained the victory for him. Has anybody wrote a song lately? What song have you sung lately? You know how Janet Jackson said, what have you done? I believe the balcony of heaven is looking over and said, what have you sung to me lately? I woke you this morning. Yeah, you gave me last week's song, but where's my today song? You gave me last Thursday praise when you got paid, but where's my Sunday morning praise? Oh, don't you know that if God has come, it's not that bad that he can't hear you? And don't you know if you want God in your situation, he inhabits the praises of his people. I wish God would show up right now and rain down on us. I wish God would show up right now and surround us with his glory. Is there anybody Anybody here says, I ain't ashamed, but excuse me, I got to give him a holler. I got to give him a scream. I got to give him a prayer. When somebody shout, glory. Now, look at somebody else and say, what's wrong with you? You may not praise like I praise. But am I on death row or am I among the living? Come on, look at it. The Bible says, let everything that hath breath praise ye the Lord. If we get on one accord and we fall into place, look at here, I don't care what you're going through, but if you ain't going to bless him for you, bless him for me. I'm going to praise him for you, and you praise him for me, and we be praised for each other. Well, so, don't you miss the shift, because I believe that somebody could have got healed by your praise. If you weren't so selfish, somebody would have got delivered by your praise. If you weren't so hung up on yourself, somebody would have got free by your praise. Notice here, the Bible says wherever 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I'll be in the midst of them. You better make sure that the 2 or 3 around you ain't sitting on death row. And you got somebody around you that loves the Lord, got some power, and ain't ashamed to give him some glory. Well, let me drop this drink on you. Sit down. Let me drop this drink on you because I got to get out of here. But see, number 1, you got to deal with the whys in your life, and number 2, Elder Lane, you got to deal with the praise in your life. But then there's also a third dimension that you got to deal with. You got to understand, and you must believe that your experiences, past and present, are working together for your good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Romans 8:28, y'all know it. It says, for all things work together for good for them that love the Lord and are the called according to his purpose. You got to believe that the hell you catching is going to lead you to heaven. You got to, oh, y'all don't want to talk back to me. You got to, you've been looking at it as it's bad, but now you got to look at it and say, Lord, I thank you for my up. Lord, I thank you for my down. I thank you for my going in and my coming out. Because you look at it as working together for your good. You get a whole new view about where you're going, and you get a whole new view about where you're coming from, and you get a whole new view about what you're going through right now. Don't you know, let me help you here. I walk through the park on some days. I walk through the park, and the time I walk in Westside, it's around 11:30, and I've noticed that the blackbirds show up on time. Now, I ain't talking about Donald Byrd and the blackbirds. I'm talking about the real blackbirds. They show up on time. And I've watched them. I've watched them the last couple of days, Elder Sellers. I watched them how they always got a leader. And how the leader, when he takes off, those that are with him fly in formation. I noticed that one is not trying to get in somebody else's space. They leave enough area for all of them to rise up. And I watched something, Sister Silva, I watched it when they come down, they hit the ground, and they pick in the same spot every day. Yeah. And I asked myself the question, why would they come back to the same spot every day, knowing that every time they came there, they didn't get nothing out of it? And the Lord told me they are practicing. So when they get something, they know how to act. So they come back to the same spot every day, that if God didn't bless me here today, he may bless me here tomorrow. But the reality is we've eaten there before. That's why we go back to this. No, I don't have any witnesses. Every once in a while, you got to revisit your past deliverance. You got to revisit your last praise. You got to revisit where he brought you out of. Every once in a while, you got to go back to that spot. Not worried about anybody else, but you got to get in formation and follow the leader. Oh. So I watch these birds. So then, so what happens is experiences are working together for my good, that means that my purpose will precede my destination.
Okay.
Let me break that down. Storms will come when you are headed to the next direction. You thought they were here to break you. Your storm came to propel you.
My God, speak.
Because you got comfortable where you are.
Yes, sir.
And when the storm comes, it breaks your comfortability. Do I have any witnesses in here? When your behind hurt, you move.
Yes, sir.
Do I have any witnesses in here? Anybody remember that behind whooping you got from mama, daddy, or big mama, somebody? When that switch would hit, whenever the switch would hit, you move. And with tears in your eyes, you be pleading, Mama, I ain't gonna do it no more. I'm sorry. It won't me. It was Ray. It won't me. You start confessing. You start repenting. All you want is that